SolidWorks shell command is a command that is used in order to hollow out an object. It's going to be found right up top here. And so what we're going to be looking at today is we're going to start with this teapot, which if we look at our cross section, we can see that we have a completely solid body. And we're going to go ahead and hollow it out. So within this, I'm going to go ahead and select the shell command. And what I need to do is select the face that I want to cut from. So where my hole should start for this tea kettle. I'm going to go ahead and select the top. This command that's showing up, this little arrow, is because my teapot has a handle, as we can see here, that is not thick enough that it could actually hollow anything out here. And so SolidWorks is upset with me because it wants to take out the entire body and is worried that I want it to hollow out that handle, when in fact I don't. But now we can see that we've created this hollow thing and everything looks great except for the fact that that teapot end is not going to pour any tea particularly well. So how can we fix this? We'll go back into our shell command, and what we can do is we can actually select multiple faces that we're cutting from. And when we cut away here, what's going to happen is we have a hole right here in the top where we can fill it, and a hole right here where we can pour our tea out of. And we have a semi-functional, very flimsy tea kettle done really quickly here. Last thing that I want you to see is this bottom piece. We might want this to be a little bit thicker since this is supporting our entire piece, which allows us to go into this multi-thickness setting, and we can set this to a thicker piece and select the side that we want to be thicker. And when we go ahead and run this, you can see that the thickness of my tea kettle here is still the same, with the exception of this bottom piece, which I have now made into a much thicker cross-section. So we have the ability to do multiple different thicknesses within a single shell using that command. All that was doing was selecting that bottom of the tea kettle. Okay, little fun piece because we already learned something about it. If we have multiple bodies and we go to shell, you can see that it is only going to shell a single body, which can be great for us. So I can mirror something and have two bodies and only shell one of the two bodies, which is something that'll show up here and there for you that you want to do, and you can combine them afterwards. If I shell before the mirror, we can see that now we have a cut on both sides. And give it a second here. And if I combine the two first, so I now have a combined geometry and I shell afterwards, I now have cut through in an awkward way that I probably would not want my gear to be set up with its supports. This seems much more flimsy than the one where we had the pieces on either side. So if I move my combine around, move my shell around, it's going to cut it in different ways. Just a little fun intricacy that shows up here and there that you might want to see. So this is probably what my intended part is, where I have shelled and then mirrored and then combined, and I have a finished piece with the shell on each side. However, something to consider as far as order of operations for your parts. With that, take care.